What is good, everybody? It's your boy, That King Boo, and today is January the 19th, 2026, and I'm back at it again with some more news. Now, in today's gaming news, Jeff Bezos has said something wild according to Pirate Nation on X. And it says Jeff Bezos claims that in the future, you will not buy a gaming PC. You will only rent computing power in the cloud to play games online. He called it insufficient and predicted it won't last, saying people will instead rent computing power from the cloud, much like buying electricity today. Now, seeing this, I would, as a gamer who didn't do his research, say that, it seems like a lot of companies are adopting this subscription-based like business model and giving us bullshit ass service. And I don't like the way that they could literally just delist a movie or game just whenever. And that's why I always tell people to always keep buying physical media, never sell like any of your old stuff, PS2s, PS3s, the games included. Don't sell any of your old stuff and keep always buying physical media, movies, vinyls, and games, right? Like always keep buying that stuff, because if we don't and they see like, oh, these guys aren't buying this stuff, and they get rid of it, everything goes digital and we won't own anything. And you know what? It'll be our faults. And these companies love saying, basically saying, you will own nothing and you will be happy, BS. So that's why, guys, just as far as like, it's for the gamers, man, always keep buying physical media, just no matter what, right? So, and it's so crazy for him to actually make this statement, because he must not know what Stadia was. Stadia was, you remember this, a cloud gaming service that streamed games to various devices, and it was shut down in January 2023 due to low user adoption, which means nobody played that shit. Nobody wanted to play that shit. Nobody wanted to stream off their damn TVs, PCs, and phones and all that shit like that. Nobody wanted to do that. Like, no, and I'm glad it failed, because that shows you that definitely shows you that, like, us gamers, we do not want this. And I'm just gonna just like run with this a little bit, like, because we have all of this live service, not live service, we have this like this subscription model based, like say with like Xbox Game Pass and stuff like that, right? And you see how they increase the price, of that shit by like 50%. You see how people just took a big step back, right? Because come on, bro, for $30 in 2 months, you might as well just buy the damn game. And plus, these games go on sale just like that, bro, within months of release. So honestly, they're trying their best to do it. Like I said, as gamers, we just need to do our part and just kind of, continue to vote with our wallets and just not stand for that type of shit. Because those services, like, some of them are good, but there's a lot more services like Stadia that are just fucking ass and nobody wants to deal with. But when it comes to like certain statements like this that just blow up over X and stuff like that, we got to make sure that there is some type of reference, or link to like an article, that is reputable that they're getting this from, and there's none at all. So, instead of me just running with this, I wanted to actually do some research, and I just did a quick Google search and found that PC Gamer, they say that no, Jeff Bezos didn't predict the future of the home PC would see it being swept away into the cloud, right? So that's why I always look at, reputable websites like PC Gamers, IGN, Polygon, so on and so forth, whatever, right? Because, they give us the facts most of the time, right? Most of the time. So it says, right, if there's one thing that the tech industry really loves to do, it's speculate on the future, especially if someone of note in the sector has made some newsworthy remarks. Of late, there seems to be quite a bit of talk about the future of the home PC and that it might end up going the way of the dodo, all because of something Jeff Bezos said. We have to go back in time to a little over a year ago to when the founder of Amazon was interviewed by Andrew Ross at the 2024 New York Times Deal Book Summit. At one point, Bezos recalls a time when he was in Lumingburg visiting a brewery. I'm not going to read about the brewery, right? I'm going to go right here. Why was the rambling on about beer and generators? Well, it was a segue into AWS. And this is what he says. I looked at this and I thought, this is what computation is like today. Everybody has their own data center, and that's not going to last. It makes no sense. You're going to buy compute off the grid. This AWS we were doing is internally in Amazon for ourselves, and the APIs were created. It's this particular statement that some fellow writers have used to create a segue of their own, a discussion about the future of the home PC instead of having local computers doing everything for work and gaming. Will instead just be using a dumb box that streams the results from the cloud. In other words, it'll be like GeForce Now. Now, I forgot about GeForce Now, which, I mean, that shit's not even relevant in my opinion, right? I don't use that type of stuff. And I think I did some news on that too, that they were trying to basically limit, like give you a time limit on how much you like play on GeForce Now, which I think is bullshit. It's like, I'm paying for something, but I'm limited to how long I can play it. That shit makes no sense, right? And honestly, I've been seeing a whole bunch of theories and stuff like that on my feed on TikTok and stuff like that. And it's a lot of people saying that, like, it's just a theory, right? I don't believe this, but it's a lot of people saying that, oh, it's a conspiracy that the prices of all this, like all the like the RAM and GPUs and all that stuff is going up in order to price out the consumer. And since the consumer can't afford, to build a PC, these big companies are basically going to force us into basically streaming on our computers or our home PCs and stuff like that. So basically, like, if a 5090 becomes $5,000, we can't buy it. Yeah, we might still have our, like, say 1080 Ti or something like that, but we'll be able to play the newest games and all that stuff by streaming it on whatever streaming service of your choice is. And honestly, personally, I mean, they could do that. I think it's not true, but they could do some shit like that, right? Because at the end of the day, they want to throw us in this subscription based like trap. So we don't own anything, and we just have to deal with that shit, unfortunately. But like I said, that's just a theory, right? Let's continue reading. While there's nothing wrong with those kind of thought experiments whatsoever, it's a bit of a stretch to basically claim that this is what Bezos is predicting. He's not. He's talking exclusively about companies, research, centuries, universities, etc., all using their own local services to do complex compute workloads, being replaced by a power grid of hyperscale data centers. Okay, boom, right? Good. That clears up a lot of stuff, right? That's why it's always good to kind of always get that second, that second opinion. You know what I mean? Always dig and look at multiple different articles, to see if what people are saying is true, right? You always have to do your research. Don't just look at a title, or don't just look at one source of literature and just run with it. Always check multiple sources, right? Okay, you might think that the big hardware and software companies of the world, AMD, Intel, Microsoft, Nvidia, would absolutely love it if everyone just did cloud computing, because that makes so much money in data center sectors. However, that's only been the case in recent years, and it's all because of the growth of AI. Boom. Exactly. In the case of Nvidia, it didn't start earning more from data centers than gaming until the start of 2023. It's been an explosive growth since then, with the former but Team Green certainly isn't dreaming of having everyone just use GeForce Now on a device that could do nothing more than stream video, and from one simple reason. GFN revenues are a fraction of what Nvidia earns from selling gaming GPUs. Boom. So what they're saying right now totally makes sense. They're not making a lot of money like hand over fist in GeForce Now. They're not, right? So honestly, for this person to sit up there and run with something like that is really crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah, and you got to understand, like, too, yeah, it might have had an explosive growth in it, but you know, when this AI boom slows down, because it will slow down, that revenue is going to slow down right along with it. People, and that's the thing, some people got to understand. Honestly, yeah, man, honestly, yeah, I think what it is, and I'm gonna be really real, since this AI thing is on everybody's shit list right now, and it's on my shit list as well. I'm not gonna lie. People are in their feelings about this, and whatever company, you know, whatever company or CEO or big name, whatever, somebody, you know, whatever, right? If somebody says anything leaning towards like AI or basically something dealing with gaming in a negative way, people get in their emotions and they basically assume the worst. And I mean, like, and you know, I get it, you know, because this is the first time really in like gaming history that is just like it, that PCs are just unaffordable, and RAM, which was one of the cheapest things to get on a PC, is insanely like overpriced as of right now because of this AI boom. And all I gotta say to those people that are just like, you know, enraged about this stuff, you know what, it's your right to be mad, right? It's your right to be mad, but make sure to actually do your research on claims about people or companies saying stuff about gaming or AI or RAM and all that stuff. Just make sure to do your due diligence, get the whole truth, and just don't just crash out, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. But anyway, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and yeah, guys, calm down, relax, and have a nice day. Peace.